Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream. Well, life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. So that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. I tried carrying the weight of the world, but I only have two hands. Hope I get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans. Wish that I could stay forever this young, not afraid to close my eyes. Life's a game made for everyone, and love is the prize. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. 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 I didn't know. For me, darling, just dive right in, follow my lead. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm between my arms, barefoot on the grass, we're listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it, darling. You look perfect tonight. Well, I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home. I found a love to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children of our own. We are still kids, but we're so.
First things first, we have to bloom our yeast. So in warm water, and by warm I just mean like you put your finger in, it shouldn't feel like anything. It's not cold or hot. So you're gonna give it a stir, make sure everything's well hydrated, and then you're gonna see that your yeast is gonna start to produce a little bit of bubbles, and it just means that it's kind of alive. If you don't see any change, that means that your yeast might be a little on the old side. First things first, you sour and not to the yeast water mixture. Salt will slow down the production of yeast, so we want to make sure that we're adding that later on once the yeast is already activated. We're going to add extra virgin olive oil. Again, that's going to add a little bit of flavor. We're going to throw in the water and sugar mixture. It's easiest in a bowl because it won't like make a huge mess while you bring the dough together. What we're trying to do is just hydrate as much of the flour as we can. Once we're happy that we're not going to have like water or flour all over the place, we're going to toss it on flour and not to the yeast water mixture. Or you start kneading it. So kneading is one of those things that like people tend to not do enough. Set a timer and do it for 10 minutes. You want to be able to look at it and it's like so pokey and smooth and fun. And what you're trying to do is just roll the dough on top of itself and then push forward. You're not trying to tear the dough. You're really just trying to like rotate and make sure that you're getting like all parts of the dough incorporated. At the end of it, we want like a really nice, pretty top. You'll know when you're done kneading the dough when you press the dough and it springs back right away. So now what we want to do is get like the really gorgeous top part of the dough. You can just pull the sides of the dough from the outside in so that it makes a nice ball on the other side. Once you turn it over, push your pinkies in and kind of rotate the doughs into like a really beautiful round ball. Forward and start kneading. The dough doesn't stick. And then you're going to cover the dough itself in oil as well. This is going to rise significantly and we don't want to stick to the cling film. So I like to cover with cling so that it's much easier to get off. Like I've done a lot of doughs where you cover with a towel and then it gets stuck to the towel, so I prefer cling. So you can let this rise for an hour if you don't have a ton of time. Even better would be to let this rise overnight. So with a towel and then it gets stuck to the towel, so I prefer cling.
Me and my friends
so you can let this rise for an hour if you don't have a ton of time. Even better would be to let this rise overnight. So the one on the left is one that's been risen for 24 hours, and the one on the right has been rising for an hour. So it's going to be a great flavor, it's going to be a great, the dough doesn't stick. And then you're going to cover the dough itself in oil as well. This is going to rise significantly, we don't want to stick to it. So I like to cover with cling so that it's much easier to get off. Like I've done a lot of doughs where you cover with a towel and then knead it in the way that it's grown, and that's just like a totally normal process. So we're going to turn it out, we're going to knead it again for another minute or two. Nothing different about this process. Again, we're just evening out the bubbles that are inside the dough. We're going to do that shaking again, so use your pinkies, if you will, to push and make it into a cake ball. If you're using store-bought pizza dough, you want to do this as well. So knead it for a minute or two, leave it out at room temperature while you're doing all the other pizza. And then we're going to cut it. So as you can see, now that we've cut this, we can look at that little profile. I just love that. It's so cool. Okay, sorry. Back to the so you can see like just how much gluten development, just how much fermentation and growth and all the yeastiness, sciencey stuff is going on. How alive our dough is. Like that's an awesome process. So we're gonna. This is a huge amount of dough. It should make about 4 good-sized pizzas. You can give one to each person at your party, each person in your family. You can shape them. You can freeze half of them, freeze 3 of them, so you have some for later. Just even in the way that it's grown, and that's just like a totally normal process. So we're gonna turn it, cover it with a towel and let it rise for 1 more hour. Cover it with a towel and let it rise for 1 more hour.
Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy,
Here we're just gonna use an immersion blender.
Let's not talk
sauce, do not store it in the tin can, store it in the supplements, or as we're going to do here, we're just going to use an immersion blender. Little safety PSA, if you're having leftover sauce, do not store it in the tin can, store it in the supplements, or as we're going to do here, we're just going to use an immersion blender. Little safety PSA, if you're having leftover sauce, do not store it in the tin can, store it in the supplements, or as we're going to get your dough out to good shape. What I like to do is do like a finger poke, if you will, all over the dough, one because it's so fun, but also if you can see these kind of bubbles that are developing, I'm allowing those to stay in the dough, and those are going to help give you those awesome pizza bubbles. So you can stretch the dough over the base, you can get your dough out to good shape. What I like to do is kind of do like a finger poke, if you will, all over the dough, one because it's so fun, but also if you can see these kind of bubbles that are developing, I'm allowing those to stay in the dough, and those are going to help give you those awesome pizza bubbles. So you can stretch the dough with your hands, you can get your, just kind of being really careful, use your fingers and kind of spread it, if you will, do a combo of things. If you are at a pizza place and the guy would actually put the dough like on the side of the table and stretch it that way, he would let gravity work its magic and kind of let the dough stretch out itself. It was kind of fun, but it was like a different technique. He was able to do it much quicker than I'm able to do. And then the classic way that everyone wants to know how to learn is the like tossing of the dough. So you can want to with your knuckles as you're throwing the dough. So on your knuckles, rotate and toss. If you don't have that, you can use flour. But we just need something that the quickly off our quote-unquote peel and onto the preheated baking sheet. And then we're going to just reshape our pizza ever so slightly, re-stretch it out just a little bit. So when you're adding like sauce and stuff to your dough, just try and work quickly here. So like don't panic or anything, but if you are too slow, it's gonna be much harder to get the pizza off the peel and into the oven. So we're gonna use just a ball of mozzarella, and I like to tear it up pretty small so that we can get like a really semolina. If you don't have that, a good even amount of cheese throughout the whole thing. So you want to take it off when the cheese is a nice, good, even amount of cheese throughout the whole thing. So you want to take it off when the cheese is a nice, good, even amount of cheese throughout the whole thing. Do a little bit of fresh basil on top. Again, I'm kind of a perfect biter, so I like everything to be like a good bite. Do a little bit of fresh basil on top. Great size. I don't want to like bite into a huge piece of basil and then like have it hang out of your mouth. You know what I mean? Like, yum. So that's like a classic.
Oh my God, I see you walking by. Take my hands, my D, and